Next month, a special performance of the musical Spring Awakening comes to Skylight Theater in Milwaukee's Third Ward. This show includes some deaf actors incorporating American Sign Language. Joining us at 4 are the show's co-directors, Michael Unger and Alexandria Wells, and interpreter Joe Welch is here with us as well. Can you tell us about how this opportunity came about?
Well, before the pandemic, when I first came to Skylight Music Theater in 2019, I planned my first season, my first season as the artistic director, and we announced it in February of 2020, and then a month later, the world shut down. So this was a play that I recommended to our board, and that got approved to be part of the first season I was going to be helming at Skylight Music Theater. And it's inspired by a Deaf West production. Deaf West is a theater in Los Angeles that focuses on deaf-centered theater. And I'd seen the Broadway revival of Spring Awakening, which was a sensation of a musical from the time it was first produced. And Alexandria was actually in that Broadway production.
Oh, awesome.
And involved in all the Deaf West versions of that show. It was something I had wanted to do since the day I got here, and finally, 4 years later, we get to do it.
And Alexandria, if I could ask you, can you talk about the inclusivity and its importance?
Absolutely. It's powerful because this production is including so many people from the community. We're going deeper than the material. The story itself is beautiful, it's powerful, it's important. It shows generational divide, language and education and questioning, and we're also incorporating the deaf and hard of hearing actors and creation and creators in the room. So we're really able to talk about what it is to be human. What is that connection? What are we looking for when we're in the room of artists? Well, it's just so powerful to be present with so many young people who are also starting their journey and ready to thrive. And so to be able to be there and see this experience is remarkable.
What do you think kind of message that this sends to a younger generation looking at what's possible for them?
Well, to me, the musical is about a younger generation's yearning for knowledge and the older generation's fear of it. And it's set in 1891 in Germany. It was a play by Frank Wedekind that premiered in late 1890s. And it's really about how fear of knowledge can destroy a society, and parents not trusting their younger generation, their children, to get to know themselves, to have agency, can destroy their world.
Alexandria, what do you want people leaving this play, leaving out knowing or feeling?
What I want people to leave with is more curiosity about the world around them. I don't want people to be afraid to ask those questions. Open the space for those conversations. And even if you feel you already know, remain open. And I feel that that's what's missing, right? A consistency from generation to generation. There's so many gaps, miscommunications, no communications, even that holding back of communication. And what we need to see is that there's a power in this musical, in theater, to be able to bring people together and share this experience and be able to learn about the lives and celebrate the stories being told.
Awesome. Alexandria and Michael, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. We appreciate it. We do know that this opens March 1st, playing for 2.5 weeks. We have a link on WISN.com/links if you want to buy tickets.